The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's February 9th, the year's 2023, and we're at 5:32 right now, and I've come to a stark realization. Steph?
Stark. Okay.
I think the past 2 years I've been really lucky. That's like kind of when I moved here, was May 2 years ago. I think I moved here at a great time because the Northern Lights for the past 2 years have just been absolutely fantastic.
Very true. I've definitely partaken in those, sitting around a campfire. All of a sudden the Northern Lights are out, or, you get a message. People are like, they're out dancing. And it used to be so often, I feel like.
Okay, that's my stark realization that they were so often. And now, ever since like summer to now, basically, like when more dark sky rolls around, usually from my past 2 years of experience, someone call me out, okay? Because I'm very new here, but I just feel like they haven't been popping as much for the past 6 months.
I absolutely agree with that, because I had a friend come and visit me for 3 weeks, and usually I would say, absolutely, you'll see the Northern Lights.
They're from Toronto, right? So they've never really experienced it.
Yeah, and that's on their bucket list. And for 3 straight weeks, we saw straight line clouds in the sky that I knew were the Northern Lights. But even taking it with my camera, the picture, it was like, see how it's kind of green? That's Northern Lights. It was the saddest thing ever.
Yeah, and so maybe it might just be the laziness of me just trying to look for them within city limits and stuff. City. I haven't driven out to the outskirts where it's just completely dark, so that's on me.
Right.
But I remember in the past 2 years, just from my walks to work and drive to work, I remember just seeing vivid green lines and just the Northern Lights, and it'd be like, oh man, this is so cool.
Yeah, and even last night the sky was so clear, and I know that the Northern Lights came out because I was out on the tobogganing hill with my girl guides, and I was like, ooh, clear sky, maybe we'll see some Northern Lights. And same thing, just a very hazy line. And then, of course, this morning we see pictures that other people enjoyed them, and I'm like, did you enjoy them, or did you edit that photo?
They've just got the secret spots. I don't know what's going on. Good editing machine, secret spots, whatever it is, show yourself. I recently came across an article saying 24% of millennials are getting their rent covered every month from their parents, Steph.
Well, aren't they blessed? My goodness.
Yeah, so I had a bright idea. Let's just call my dad and see if he can start covering my rent. What do you think? Do you think he's going to do it?
I think he's going to ask some questions. You are an adult and you haven't lived at home in what, 10, 15 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been over a decade for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be like, man, did you lose your job? Or why have you been mismanaging your funds here?
He's an easygoing guy. I got the number here. Let's dial it.
Hello?
Hey, good morning, Dad. It's Shawn calling. Steph's here's with me too. We're in studio.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
How are we?
We are great. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Can you pay my rent next month?
Can I pay your rent? Well, you bet, buddy.
Yeah, all right, perfect. That's all we need. I'll expect the e-transfer in a couple hours, okay?
Perfect. Just tell me where.
Steph, it was that easy.
Man, you have pretty nice parents. I don't think mine would say yes if I called and asked them out of the blue without a question of why.
Well, I had to verify the voice was that of Shawn Daniel, and it was, so.
And you love him enough to pay his rent, no questions asked?
Absolutely.
Same. Best parents in the world.
He's the only Shawn Daniel we have, so we would do that.
Netflix has been threatening to crack down on password sharing for years, and they were rolling out some kind of pilot programs in other countries in previous months, and now they're saying they've got it perfected. They know what they want to do, and Canada, you're next.
Yeah, the only problem with it is that in between all of that, they confused hundreds of millions of people because they've changed their mind 7 times.
Exactly. I mean, starting with just last week, they sent out something and they're like, that was sent out in error. And
just kidding.
Now they're like, just kidding. Actually, we were planning on sending it out, just not until this week.
Yeah, we accidentally hit the send button instead of the draft button.
Yeah. So basically what they're saying is if you are sharing a password, you can only do it if you're paying for standard or premium Netflix, which is either $16 or $22 a month.
Okay.
And if you want to share that password, you got to pay an extra $8 a month to do so.
Interesting.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just like my personal situation. So I buy Netflix. I'm watching it at my place. I'm totally fine. I don't share it with anyone. It's just myself. I go dog sitting for a friend. They don't have Netflix in their place. I log on to mine in their place. Does it flag it now because I'm in a different residence?
Yes, it does. It's going to look at your location. You have to set your primary location.
Wow.
And then if you go sign into a place that isn't your address, then it's going to be like, excuse me, I have to ask your address if you are actually over here, or I'm going to prompt you to pay $7.99 a month.
Wow. So your Netflix is stationary?
Yes.
In one place?
Yeah. And then I guess if you're travel for work or something, you're kind of out of luck.
Okay, because there's a Netflix app. I have the phone app downloaded and I can watch on my phone. Is that going to be stonewalled to just one place too? Or is that just in the weird fine print that they have?
See, this is the question that I don't know the answers to, but I feel like you should have been around the boardroom table when they were making these decisions so that you could ask them the hard questions, because they didn't say anything about it either.
Found another thing yesterday that made me feel old, Steph.
Are you going to make me feel old too?
Probably. I was scrolling Twitter, and then along came a tweet that said, best towels to order in Canada in 2023. And I was like, yes, please, let's dive into this article. Give me those good towels, baby.
Oh my goodness. I might actually click on that article if I saw it.
I can share it. Hey, if you're listening right now and you want to know what best towels to order, text me, 780-791-1037. I'll send you the article. They were rating them and they tested them unbiased on absorbency, softness, quality, and aesthetics to determine the best in key categories.
Wow. Okay.
So there's just a whole bunch of them. It's a whole list. They range. They're like the towel sets. Okay. So towel set, what is that? Like 7 towels, 6 towels? You get from the small, like hand face towels to the big, like kind of floofy.
Beachy towels.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking sets. Like some of them that they have on here are just like top notch, around like $170.
For a set. Oh my God.
I know. These are the best towels to order in Canada in 2023, Steph.
These are for adults with adult jobs, Shawn.
I just want to be comfy and absorbed all the water when I get out of my shower. There's some like $40 too. Okay, so like there's room for everyone, and then there's some waffle ones, which are always very interesting to look at.
That is an interesting one, because I feel like the waffle is like when you go to the spa and that's what the house coat they give you, but a waffle towel.
Yeah, anyways, the world's our oyster. We got towels galore in front of us.
Well, send me that article because I am intrigued as well. I'm finding it really hard to navigate around the internet these days.
You're really showing your age off.
The internet's getting a little difficult for me over here.
I just want to, okay, maybe difficult is the wrong word. Expensive, perhaps?
Oh, okay.
It seems like every time I click on an interesting headline, I get to the website where it says, you can have a subscription for only this much money to read this article. And I'm just like, another blocker. I just want to read the article and see if it's interesting enough to continue reading further past the byline. But I can't see it.
Yeah, there's a good bit of paywalls out there.
Yeah, and it's hard to decide which one to pay for.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I click on a lot of the Atlantic articles, New York Times, Vogue, Washington Post, and they all want me to pay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't have a subscription to 6 different newspapers here. So which one's going to give me the most information? And then even still, I'm like, will I click on enough articles every month from this one newspaper to
make it worth it?
Giving them money.
Yeah. I think the sports world did a really interesting thing where this one company, I want to say 5 years ago, kind of got together. They realized like the newspaper was kind of on the downswing. So they went and grabbed a bunch of beat reporters from like newspapers all across North America. And they created one giant website called like The Athletic.
Oh.
And they brought them all together, and then they just made it so like you subscribe to The Athletic, and then you can hear about your team on the West Coast, your team on the East Coast. You get beat reporters from all over, and they made it in one spot. And I think I'm paying like $1 a month. I'm paying like 12, and they always have just ridiculous like subscription kind of like deals going on. And it's just the way of the world. But so I pay for sports. I pay for my like articles through sports and stuff. But yeah, it's just so interesting, the shift in everything.
Yeah, and I just wonder like which one to pay for. That's really cool that they all came together.
It made it easy for us.
Yeah. Do you think that Washington Post and New York Post and the Atlantic could all kind of get together? No, because then it would just be. It wouldn't work.
I know, it's just the pain.
Yeah, and so many subscriptions. I already pay for a meal lime subscription, like a meal planning service, and all these. Oh man, it's never ending. They all want me to pay, and they want me to pay every single month. You can't just buy it once.
Ryan Reynolds just continues to represent Canada in the best form and way possible, Steph.
What'd he do this time?
He's worldwide. Everyone knows him. Deadpool, this, that, or the other. He owns that Welsh soccer club, the most recent thing. And
vodka or something.
Yeah,
or
aviation, gin, this, that, and the other. He's just a worldwide man. And I think Canadians are just so proud to call him our own.
Yes, and he is a proud Canadian as well. He never shies away or like moves to the States and kind of gets rid of his roots. He's like, nah, I'm Canadian through and through. Yeah.
The next thing that he did here that just I happened to scroll across was he just popped by Seneca College, which is just in, I think, the GTA. Mm-hmm. And he popped by a journalism class and just hung out with the students impromptu and just kind of like hopped on like a fake newscast that they were practicing and just like read the teleprompter with them, took all the photos, like gave advice, this, that, and the other. And as I started digging into it, I guess he was looking into the school just for like a production space, just to kind of use on the side type of thing. And so he was looking for business, but then he wanted to go and chat with the upcoming students and broadcasting students and everything just to say hello and what's up.
That's a really cool place to go because as an actor, you'd think he'd go to the theater part of the school, but to go to the broadcasting part, like, thanks, Ryan Reynolds. We all want to talk about you for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. It's just like little things like this. He's so down to earth and genuine, just from the outside looking in. That's what it appears. And then you just see like impromptu videos like that where he's like, I don't need to do this, but you know what? I want to have some fun today.
Yeah, what a cool guy. Thanks, Ryan Reynolds. You're the Canadian we all want to be. Okay, so I have a crazy carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it, you
know, in your 30s?
I bought it because I'm a Girl Guide leader, and once a year we take our kids tobogganing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to store something big, and so I was like, this crazy carpet is $4, and it's going to be
That is
great.
such a bold move for getting older.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt last night when I unrolled it, took the painter's tape off for its one use a year, and I sat down on it.
Greased it up.
I said to the person next to me, I was like, I feel like an adult. Like, I was like, I don't feel like a child getting to go tobogganing for one night a year and having fun. Like, I was just like, I am going to feel this tomorrow, and therefore I feel like an adult. And so I'm sitting on this crazy carpet, and I was like, all right, there's a jump pretty far over to the right. I'm just going to go straight down. Well, the second I took off on this very slippery piece of plastic, it flipped me around. I went down the hill backwards and I screamed the most terrified scream. I had to take one breath and continue on in the loud noise that was coming out of my mouth. And when I got to the bottom, I was like, I don't know if I can go to work tomorrow. I have to talk.
So you didn't go for the ramp? You didn't go for the jump?
Oh, no, I hit it. Oh. I hit it backwards.
Amazing.
I went sideways down that hill, just right for it. It was like...
Good for you.
Yeah, I felt like an adult again the second and only other time I went down. And I was like, I'm going to put my feet out of this crazy carpet so that I can brake. The second I started going down, the exact same thing happened. Just my voice wasn't quite as loud as I went and screamed backwards all the way down to the jump. So,
knowing what I know now, I expected you to look a lot worse today, but you're crushing it. You're masking it very well. You look great.
Thank you. Till next time, next year.
In a month's time here, one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite show, is going to be back on air on cable television again, Steph.
Your favorite show, and it's not a sport. What is it?
Yeah, it's reality TV. It's Big Brother Canada. It's season 11, and it's starting up in about a month's time here. I'm so excited for it.
I'm stoked for you. I have to say, Big Brother Canada doesn't feel like one show, though. Doesn't it take 4 nights of your week? Like, isn't it like 4 shows pretending to be one?
It's close to that. So March 8th is when it premieres, and then it's 3 nights a week. So it's about 3 hours of television a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be like, what, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe like Friday or something.
Now,
or Monday, maybe. I don't know.
Big Brother Canada is the one that you always say, if I was going to be on a reality TV show, I'd absolutely go for Big Brother Canada. Did you apply for this season?
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't apply this go around. I was too lazy and I never got around to it. So I'll just have to watch and then remember to apply next year. But I just love, I don't mind like being filmed 24/7. I'm already a personality, and just, I think like the radio job of it all, I could just easily socialize and mingle and be everyone's friend. And then as a has-been athlete, I still have some sneaky like athleticism in me. I always say I have like an athletic dad bod. Like I don't have the protruding kind of like belly, but it's hidden under there with all the craft beers and IPAs that I've chugged a lugged along the way. But I can still like
sneak attack.
Yeah, I can still be pretty sneaky athletic. And so I think I can win some competitions here. There.
Okay. So when the ultimate winner of season 11 comes out and they win what, $750,000?
Who knows? They change it all the time. I think last year they upped it a little bit. Sometimes it's around 100,000. I think other years it's been like 250. But yeah, so it's a good chunk of change, and then you get some sponsorship deals with it all.
Well, I'm going to have to bite my tongue and say that could have been you, Shawn. That could have been you. Did you know that there's a job called a professional lip reader?
I didn't, but it sounds easy. Kind of. I don't know how you get based on your performance, but you're like, hey, I'm the professional. I know what they say.
You could test your skills because, of course, there's this big hoopla about J-Lo and Ben Affleck at the Grammys on Sunday night, and how Ben Affleck looks super bored the entire time. And then the one time that the cameras are fixed on them with Trevor Noah right beside them, she says something, he says something. It's a very quick exchange. And the Daily Mail says they hired a professional lip reader to figure out what they were saying.
Yeah, you sent me this video and I took a peek at it.
And what do you think?
I think it's staged. I think it's a skit.
Well,
I think it's just because that's Ben Affleck's persona, to just always look tired and bored and exhausted.
Okay. Well, so you don't think that she said, "Stop, look motivated," and he replied, "I might."
I think they said that. I definitely think they said that. I think it's all planned though. Because you got to think, like, picture this, like you're at the big awards. The host sits next to you during the commercial break. Cameras are showing up. You're either going to be correct or you're going to be in on it.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Okay, I think it was planned that Trevor would sit there. I don't know if it's planned the way they acted, because I feel like she was like, "We're about to come back from the commercial break. Stop, like look alive, look ready for the cameras." I think maybe she was saying that.
Okay.
I don't understand why she said, "Look motivated." That's a weird thing to say. And then for him to say, "I might." I feel like this professional lip reader wasn't exactly on point there.
Okay.
But I guess in the conversation, we'll never know. We have
That's right.
Wait for them to speak out about it, and they're not yet.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.